Hey everybody, good morning. Welcome to the Digital Weather Desk powered by Century Next Bank. I'm Jared Floyd. Happy Thursday. Up and running. And ready to get kind of things rolling today. So thanks so much for taking time out of the day. Sorry, we had some weird spam comments. Catching me off guard to start the day. Anyway, most of this morning's forecast is going to be centered around the potential for rainfall and what has already fallen across the region. If you're waking up and you're going, where's the rain? You see the wet pavement across a good chunk of the area, but the first round of showers has already generally moved out. You can obviously see some rain back to the west. This morning's forecast made possible by ServPro, Monroe, West Monroe, water, fire damage, mold, storm repair. Call or click servpro.com today. Most locations, again, seeing some rain. There have been some that kind of missed out on this first wave, and again, as I mentioned, there's still also some kind of redevelopment back out over the Red River Valley. This is kind of closer to the base of trough of low pressure where the upper level moisture is a little bit more amplified and kind of squeegeed out in the atmosphere, and that's likely to generate more rain as we go through the day. Again, kind of just a conveyor belt of moisture in place across most of the region. As we look at the showers that are ongoing across the Mississippi Valley, most of this rain is fairly light. I'm going to add maybe a few hundredths of an inch of rain onto what we've already seen across much of these areas. Matus, good morning to you. But most of this activity continues to flush off to the east. Rain really peaked at about 3 or 4, 5 o'clock this morning as expected, and a look at some of the rain totals over the last 12 hours. Again, most of these are radar estimated rain totals, so sometimes they have a tendency to be a little bit more inaccurate than others. I did share with you some of the rain totals from across the region this morning in a previous social media post. And again, just updating some of those rain totals. Monroe at ULM, a little over a half an inch of rain. Eris at a little over 3/4 of an inch of rain. Colfax is approaching 1 inch of rainfall. Dubach a little shy of 1/4 of an inch of rain. Homer at almost 1,500. Sicily Island at 9,200. Jonesville at 9,100. Acme at a little over 1.25 inches. Gina at just over an inch. Natchez, Louisiana at 1 inch flat. Farmerville at 1/1700ths of an inch. And Jonesboro just over 1 inch of rainfall. So again, obviously the highest totals have been along and south of I-20, the lower totals farther northward. Across southern Arkansas, again, the totals vary from a few hundredths of an inch of rain to some areas seeing no inches of rain, no measurable rainfall at all. So again, just depends on location across the region this morning. Drought monitor has been updated. Again, these are updated every Thursday, and we have this morning's monitor already out. Janice, good morning to you, and good morning to Susie as folks start to kind of hop in on the stream this morning. May, good morning to you as well. Drought monitor shows that moderate drought conditions start to kind of creep toward the I-20 corridor and into South Arkansas, with abnormally dry conditions across the vast majority of the rest of the region. Only spots that aren't under some kind of drought conditions are folks immediately along the Mississippi Valley, and most of our western Mississippi counties not seeing any kind of drought conditions. Gold star for you guys. Upper 30s to low 40s to start the morning off. It is a cold, drizzly, gloomy morning, and I really don't expect conditions to really improve all that much. It'll be cloudy and rainy again later today. Kathleen, there may have been a few rumbles of thunder in Monroe. The vast majority of the thunderstorm activity was kind of south of I-20, but there was probably a few rumbles of thunder to be had. I didn't check the lightning data overly aggressively for the I-20 corridor. I just kind of figured that we would have had a few thunderstorms here or there, or at least the occasional rumble of thunder. Again, it'll be a chilly day. Daytime highs only expected to land generally in the mid-40s. Winds are breezy out of the northeast, and so again, you add 10, 15-mile-an-hour winds with temperatures in the low 40s and a little bit of drizzle or light rain. Kind of a gross start to the day, and again, not expecting anything to drastically improve as we go through the rest of this Thursday. Check a Futurecast made possible by Bayou Power Sports, I-20 frontage road in Monroe. Again, low 40s to start, maybe climbing a few degrees before the showers start to set back in by late morning, early afternoon. Most of this rain, and again, the totals associated with it should be fairly manageable. Showers will continue to move eastward, hopefully becoming more scattered in nature as we go through the evening hours tonight, especially for parade plans across the region. I know South Arkansas has their big parade tonight. there are other festivities across northern Louisiana, so we'd want to get the rain out of here. Good morning to you, Evelyn. Cloud cover is kind of tricky as we go into the day on Friday, and some computer models suggest that we could see some clearing all the way down to the I-20 corridor. If that were to happen, temperatures would fall. We'd have drier air, clearer skies, so temperatures would fall a little bit more rapidly, and that could put some areas close to the freezing mark to start the day on Friday. Again, that's a tough call because I really generally expect most of us to deal with cloud cover through most of the night, and it'll be hard-pressed for us to really see temperatures drop that much. Again, it's a possibility, something that we'll watch. Sorry, I thought the rain had started here again. I was like, what in the world? Low to mid-50s for highs on Friday. Again, not really rebounding much. Cloudy and the patchy drizzle, light rain, and scattered shower activity will linger in the forecast through a good chunk of the day, especially along and south of I-20. I know that rain's not being explicitly implied by the Futurecast model output that I'm showing you here. But again, a lot of shallow moisture and a stalled frontal boundary, a lot of overrunning moisture, patchy drizzle, and light rain could be kind of a nuisance through the day on Friday, and especially for folks that are planning for high school football games across the area. It's semifinal week in North Louisiana, and we got a lot of teams in action. Scattered showers will at least be a possibility. Good morning to you as well, Janet. Rainfall, don't get too bent out of shape about these totals because, again, we kind of initialized with rain on the ground, so I would expect an additional quarter to a half inch of rain in most spots. But as you move into southern Arkansas, it'll probably be a few tenths of an inch of rainfall or less. The totals obviously higher to the southeast, lower to the northwest. Along the Mississippi Valley, again, they will vary from north to south across western Mississippi. So, again, that's kind of how things shape up for the day, and I know folks were really just kind of focused on the rainfall and how that will impact the day. Showers will continue. The occasional rumble of thunder also will remain possible as well. I did bring rain chances down just a skosh, about 10% across the entire region, kind of a blanket 10% drop. Nothing dramatic. Again, forecast is tied to your current location at digitalweatherdesk.com and on the Digital Weather Desk app. Again, mid-40s for daytime highs. Some may not even get there. Lows tonight will vary generally in the mid to upper 30s. Lingering showers, but just damp and gross and chilly. The rain becomes progressively more scattered as we work into the night. Winds will be out of the northeast. Again, 50% rain chances, but again, progressively becoming more scattered as we work through the daytime hours and into the nighttime hours tonight. Friday, again, the computer models were kind of optimistic that we would see 50s. I think with the cloud cover, it's going to be a tough bet. I will obviously reassess the forecast later this morning. I'm waiting. If you know how the forecast process works, we get what's called the 12Z models that I like to use that data, and that comes in at about 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. So, again, I adjusted temperatures a smidge in the forecast. I adjusted rain chances in the forecast, but I would expect some broader, more wholesale changes, larger changes to the forecast a little bit later this morning. Scattered showers, still a possibility for Friday, especially, again, along and south of I-20. Clouds lingering for most. We do rebound temperature-wise into this weekend, maybe even approaching 60 in some spots on Sunday, but a cold front will approach the region. That sweeps through, completely alters the upper-level pattern to the point where the rain chances thin out for the early parts of next week, and we could see a warming trend then as well. So some cloudy, gloomy, gray, gross days here in the next 48 to 72 hours, and then the pattern change for the better, giving us a chance to dry out and enjoy some fall days. Well, I say fall days. It's meteorologically winter. Some nice early winter days, whatever you want to call them. Some December days. You can all agree on that. Fish and Game comes out later tonight. Too Long Didn't Read comes out about 9:30 in the morning. That's usually when we have it rolled out. That's what it says in the top corner there. I feel like the Brady Bunch sometimes with all this stuff around me. I'm like, hey, there. Anyway. So Too Long Didn't Read comes out later this morning. Fish and Game later tonight. Another live stream at midday. Another live stream later this afternoon. As we keep an eye on the rain chances as they set up shop across the region. Of course, if the radar does anything crazy, I'll let you know. I didn't address severe weather potential. There's not one. That's why I didn't address it. Forecast is always available at digitalweatherdesk.com and on the Digital Weather Desk app. Interactive radar is available there as well, so check that out. And thanks so much for taking time out of your morning to come visit. at the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank. Enjoy your Thursday. Be patient and careful on the roadways. If your windshield wipers are running, your headlights should be on too. Be patient with other drivers out there and enjoy the rest of your Thursday. I'll check in with you around midday.